Court. Senator Banks.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Feinberg, thank you for your incredible sacrifice that you're willing to make for our country and serving in this role. There's already good news. President Trump asked Secretary Hegseth and yourself and others to go to the Pentagon and shake it up. Make the Pentagon focused on the warfighter and preparing to fight and win wars instead of focusing on itself, a large bureaucratic blob that just day to day feeds itself rather than the mission of what the Pentagon should be doing. And the good news is that after 4 years of a historic recruitment crisis, the worst recruitment crisis in the over 50 years of an all-volunteer force, the Army has already reported since Donald Trump was elected President of the United States, those recruitment numbers have shot through the roof. What do you make of that?
Well, I guess it does show there is a spirit, there is morale may be improving, and that based on the president's leadership and what he said to the American people, and hopefully if we can pursue sound policies and execution and making some changes to improve DOD, that will increase morale more. That's what I've seen in the private sector, and we'll have even a greater recruitment drive in the future.
Yeah, I think that's well put. And lots of good signs across the board of early signs of us succeeding in a big way on recruitment. One of the areas that I am concerned about, though, and we talked about this in my office, China is beating us in a lot of areas, and one area is in hypersonics. I mean, 4 years ago, they launched a hypersonic ballistic missile. It orbited the full Earth, entered the Earth's atmosphere, narrowly missed its target. We didn't know about it until it re-entered the Earth's atmosphere. We still have yet to launch a hypersonic missile of our own. As we talked about in my office, Purdue University, Notre Dame in Indiana, Crane Naval Surface Warfare Center on the front lines of hypersonics research and development. How important is more investment in hypersonics to the United States?
Huge problem. We're underinvested. It's essential for our national security. I don't understand the thought process in the last administration, which didn't have it at high importance. I mean, and again, I'm not the person to be setting and making policies. My job would be to execute development, faster development, with reasonable cost and quickly of hypersonic capability. But at the same time, I mean, if you're totally reliant on your nuclear capabilities because tactically you're slower, if you don't have hypersonics, that's a diplomatic nightmare. And from a nuclear perspective, if the enemy's faster than you, boy, that's a problem. Yeah, so we got to get on that.
A big problem. You will be tasked with, as Secretary Hegseth's deputy, with shaking up the acquisition system at the Pentagon. Have you put a lot of thought into that? I mean, your background is so perfect to go there and change the way acquisitions are done at the Pentagon. And have you given some early thoughts about what you're going to do on day one to change it?
Yeah, a lot of thoughts, and worked in all our DOD companies closely with the Pentagon, so we have a decent knowledge of what's going on and how to improve it.
Good. You're incredibly qualified for this role. I look forward to working with you and partnering with you and Secretary Hegseth and others to make our military as strong as it can possibly be. Your background is perfect for the role. You have my full support. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there further questions? If not, let me just say, I think we've seen a display